Hello, good evening, and welcome back to market session tonight. How was your week? And I hope you had a great week. I hope your P and L closed out positively. Was on a positive last week. Okay, so let's get into the market. So welcome back to market session tonight. So as usual, we'll be looking at the possible scenarios and the opportunities the market might likely present to us this week so that we can be more prepared to maximize every move coming from the market. So the first thing is to check the news lineup for the week. So Monday, 7th of July, there's no high impact news. Tuesday, 8th of July, there's high impact news 5:30 a.m. for most traders, except you are a unless you trade that session, this news is not likely to affect you. Market will have settled in before 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I don't enter the market until like after 10. Look at it. There's 5:30, there's 6 a.m., there's 6:30, high impact news for odd. And then for Wednesday, we have NZD 3 a.m. and 7 p.m. for USD. On Thursday, we have USD 1:30 p.m. for unemployment claim. And on Friday, we have GBP 7 a.m. So, and then 1:30 card. So, do well to check the news lineup for the day before you enter the market so that you can structure and plan your trade accordingly, especially if you are not a news trader. And even if you are to be prepared before the market, start responding or reacting to the news. So we are going to start with Euro USD, then we check Euro GBP. Um, while at that, can you confirm you can hear me and see my screen? I know I've not seen my screen. So sorry. So please confirm you can hear me and you can see my screen now. Let me share again. Here, should I? Yeah. So this should be better now. This should be better. Confirm you can hear me and see my screen clearly. USD. Okay, before we get into real USD, let's check Euro JPY first. JPY, Euro JPY. Let's go to the daily time frame. So, as I've said, we are still on the bullish side of things. The market is still rallying up. So this might be the next target for the market. Hopefully, we get there this week. Hopefully, we get there this week. But then obviously the market is bullish and we should be looking to buy. So the last movement visible here, if we pull our fib and then pull it up like this, you know, market seems 50, but then let's watch out. Market might dig a little deeper into this area before moving higher. But then it's obvious we are looking for uh, we are looking for a bullish trade. The safest place, the safest side of the market to stand this week for Euro JPY is to be bullish. And then, of course, if you have opportunity to sell, you can, but then you would know that it is meant to be a quick trade or at best a scalp. So, market could have returned from this, but then I believe for us to have a good push upward, we need to see market pick up liquidity below that line, below that level. Looking at this massive movement, so a bullish, a wide fair value gap was created based on this, and then it will be cool if we can see it closed up totally. Of course, market has done a good job by closing more than half of it, or probably half of it. You can see market is retracing exactly half of it. But then I still believe it is not enough momentum. Let's see what market is going to do. You know, let's see what market is going to do. Because if you look at this, market gave this bullish and then came down, to close the fair value gap, created by this as well, and then moving up at market close. Now, the last few hours market open or market close is not to be considered as valid when making any trade decision. So, active trading session, we will be gearing up to buy with what is currently here. Let's say this happened on a Monday, Tuesday afternoon. It will be a good, buy a good trade to buy. But then, looking at the fact that this happened on a Friday evening, we are not going to swallow the bait. We're just going to wait and see what market's going to print tonight, tomorrow morning, and then we can make that decision. But one thing that is solid and has been confirmed and established tonight is for Euro JPY, we should be looking to buy. So that said, let's move to the DXY index so that we can determine, the bias of every USD pair. DXY. So like I've said this over and over and over again. At this point, I don't even believe I should keep saying it. And this is the fact that dollar keeps giving us a new low. So isn't that visible enough? There's a new low again. Naturally, we'll see retracement, then we'll see impulsive, we'll see reversal and all of that. So it's okay. But then the fact that dollar keep giving us a new low has been established from the very beginning of the year. I have been saying it. The goal of the dollar this year is to be weaker, and then we've marked this out that this might be the end. This might be where we are heading to. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6 month. I mean, this is February, March, April, May, June, and then here we are July. So it is not rocket science. How was I able to predict that market is going to keep printing a lower, giving us a lower low? It's not It's not rocket science. It's something you can always determine if you would pay attention. So, but like I said, the movement of the dollar is clearly bearish. What does that say to you? It says that every pair against it naturally should be bullish. That's correlation 101, when it comes to financial markets. So what does that mean to us? It means literally Euro USD should be bullish. We should be looking to buy Euro USD. That's what it means. We should be looking to buy Euro USD. So even though okay, let's go back to D1. Let's go back to D. Yes, this is D1. So you can see it's been bullish all the while. So a little retracement will not harm. But then even the last day of the week, closed negative. I mean, closed bullish. So we are looking to buy. That's what it simply means. We are looking to buy. So let me go to H4 and see if there's any clear move for us to explore. So we are looking to buy this, for most people, this might look like a break of structure. Like you take a look at this, this got broken here, but I've learned not to fall for it, because at best it might just be a liquidity grab. Because taking a look at it, for me, if I'm going to believe a change of structure, I will need more than this. I will need more than this, and then I will need market to close the fair value gap, create a new low, you know, breaking this again. We cannot start thinking there's a break of structure. But best, what I'm looking at number one, correlation, number two, a long movement of bullish candle, bullish movement that is not just one candle. It keeps giving us the levels, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Not that just one candle moving upward. So for me, it is not. I'm not bearish yet on Euro USD. I am still bullish. You know, this for me most likely a liquidity grab. But we're going to wait for market to print candles and see if this is going to get broken again, or then market is going to go back to creating a new high, which which is actually my bias, so for me, I am looking for a buy on Euro USD this week. I'm looking for a buy on Euro USD this week. So let's get into XAU gold and then BTC, and then we'll call it a day tonight. XAU USD. So since XAU is trading against the dollar and the dollar is bearish, XAU should be bullish, right? Is that not it? So almost the same thing that happened. If you look at it very well, almost the same thing that happened happened last week on Euro USD seems to be the same way. The structure seems to be the same. You are likely to say this is a break of structure and we should be bearish on gold, but no, not yet. Look at this now, and then DXY, there was a retracement, which is normal. There will always be retracement when market is creating structures. So this is clearly what we so DXY went higher, as a retracement, retesting the level broken, and then every other thing against it. We print a low candle. It's just that simple. So like I said, for Euro US, the same thing stand there. We're gonna wait, see market print out the candles tonight and tomorrow morning. By correlation and by structure, we are still in the bullish environment for for gold as well. The next and the last one would be BTC, Bitcoin. So BTC US. Let me go to 1 day. Okay, so just like I had, you know, let me clean up this chart. Predicted, BTC gave us a strong move upward last week, and then pull back a little. So there's really no conversation on this because it's obvious it's bullish. We are looking to buy. Just to be clear, I know I've said this over and over again. Know the correlation rule between USD and other pair, like I've established with the few ones we've checked. We've seen in the last few weeks that, I mean, even when DXY or USD, keep giving us a new low, there were times when even Bitcoin was doing the same instead of doing the opposite. So the correlation between USD and BTC is not totally perfect. So the correlation rule to judge BTC. Like I love to also establish every time, correlation is good, but also, back it up with the individual analysis of each pair and each asset class. So thank you so much for listening tonight. Thank you so much for watching tonight. If you have one or two questions or you have a chart, a pair you would want me to look at tonight and analyze together, please drop it. If there's none, I'd like to call it a day tonight. Please do have a profitable week and enjoy the week ahead. Thank you so much for joining tonight. See you next week, Sunday. Bye bye.